Hello everyone, this is my first video on machine learning. So I am doing it with Python. Nowadays the Python is getting very popular. So we need to follow some steps before we get into the machine learning. That is the very important concept. So that is from that only you can learn how you can build your projects. So the Python is the very high level programming language. So you can write the codes in a few lines, so the program will get shorter. So that is the main reason why we are using the Python in this machine learning. There are many other methods are there, so you can go with the R Studio, or you can go with the Microsoft Azure. In the Microsoft Azure, there is a direct drag and drop option is there. In that also you can predict the values very accurately. So this is with respect to Python, and this is my first video regarding this machine learning. So in this video I am going to tell you about the what are the basic steps we need to follow to uh, for the machine learning projects. So first step will be the understanding of the problem. So there are two kinds of problems are going to occur. The one will be the regression type and another will be the classification type. Usually in the classification type you are actually predicting the label, and in the regression type of problems we are predicting the RMSE value. So consider the iris flower data set that is consisting of the four attributes. Just imagine in my next video I will be showing with the iris flower data set project only. So if I have four attributes and one will be the last output attribute, you are predicting with the class of the flower by using the four attributes. So in that output prediction it will be a class, so you won't get any value over there. So it will be either the flower is setosa or a versicolor, that type class will be there. So it is called as the classification problem. So if you want to see the regression type of problem, means the house prediction, like that, so that will come under the regression type of problems. The wine quality is also a regression problem. So in that we are actually calculating the root mean square value. Sorry, root mean square error, RMSE value. Root mean square error we are calculating. So in this video we will see how you can follow some useful steps so that our module or our project will be good enough. So first, the preparation of the problem that I said, whether it is a classification or regression, that first we need to understand. After that we need to load the libraries. The low libraries are already designed by the data scientists, so just we need to load those things at the starting point only, so it will be very easier for us. So libraries, if I want to give you an example of a library, means a SciPy, Matplot library, NumPy. So like that, many libraries are there. With respect to the usage, you have to load the that things into the machine. Okay. After loading the libraries, the next step will be the loading of the dataset. See, the dataset will be either in the comma separated values or it may be in the Excel form. So we need to initialize at the this part only, in the load libraries part only, whether we are importing a read Excel file or read CSV file. That must we need to initialize. If it is a Excel form, means we need to initialize with the Excel. If it is a CSV, means we need to initialize that with the CSV file. So in my next video I will show you how that will be going to occur. So in the loading of the data set, first step will be we need to provide the path of the dataset where it is available. Either it is available in our system, means we need to give the path of that dataset, or if it is available in URL, means we need to give direct URL. That will also work. So after that, from pandas you can create a data frame. So from that data frame, if you display, means the value will be loaded into the machine learning. Okay, after loading of the data set, the next step will be summarizing of the data set. Summarizing in the sense, you need to see whether the loaded data is in the clean form or not, whether it is having any missing values. So whether it is a raw data or it is it a clean form or not, that is the first step we need to do with the after loading the data set. That is, you can call it as a descriptive statistics. In the descriptive statistics, what we will get is we'll get the total count of the values. That means first count how many number of in the first attribute, first column, how many number of values are there. In the second column, how many number of there. See, if you consider the example of iris flower data set, there are four columns are there. So in four columns, say if you have a around 500 number of rows, so all the four columns should have 500. If any one is missing means you should write some code so that that value will should be filled. That means either you can fill with a mean value or the maximum number of count value. So that we need to decide. That is the very important thing by using the descriptive statistics. From that we will also get the mean value and the standard deviation and the 50% value, 25% value, 25% of the value, and the maximum and the minimum values. These are some values what we are getting with respect to the descriptive statistics table. And another thing is, if we pass the head statement to the data set, we are able to see the first five data sets. And if we pass the tail statement means we are going to see the last five data sets. So by that also we can see how the data frame has been arranged. And we can also see the shape of the data set. So shape in the sense, actually we are the number of rows and the number of columns which are there in our data set that is going to display. That means if we have a four attributes of input and one in attributes of output means total is 5. So if we have a 500 number of rows, 5 columns means the in the shape it is going to display 500 comma 5. That is a very useful for the analyzing of the data. The next will be the data visualization. As the name suggests, visualization means graph. For that we are using the matplot library. There are many kinds of graph are there. The one will be the histogram, and another will be the scatter plot matrix, and another will be the you know histograms. So these are the graphs what you are going to analyze with the data visualizations. So in the histogram, you are going to see the values with respect to x-axis and with respect to y-axis, where the actually attributes are located and the number of values, how many times the values has been occurred, that are going to display in the histogram plots. And the scatter plot matrix will tell us the relationship between the two input attributes. Okay, that is the come under the data visualization. So after these two steps, we will go into the third thing, that is preparing of the data. Preparing of the data means data cleaning. Whether if the data by the descriptive statistics and by the data visualization, if we got some data missing or some other values, that we need to clean with the proper manner. So then we need to apply some necessary data transforms required for that. So after doing these two steps, the complete data should be ready to apply it for the next step, that is to the algorithms. So after complete good data getting after preparing the data set, good proper data set, we will next move into the evaluation of the algorithms. So algorithms means the first step will be the split out of the validation data set. The basic splitting will be of 80 to 20%. 80% and 20% means 80% we are using it for the training purpose and 20% we are using it for the testing purpose. So after that, test options and the evaluation matrix. That is nothing but you need to apply some some code. That means after splitting, after validating the data set, you need to apply some method so that you will which algorithm is going to best suited for your data set. If either it is a linear regression or it is a logistic regression or naive Bayes or claim means clustering. So which algorithm is going to best suited for your data set, that will be done in this step. After that we need to spot check the algorithms. That is nothing but the same step that I explained before. The spot check algorithms. See, if you give a linear regression for your data set, in the linear regression means a simple linear regression, if you want to take, means there is only two attributes, one is the input and one is the output. As the height increases, we need to predict the sum weight. That is the best example for the linear regression. So that will show some error. So we need to go with another algorithm, and likewise we need to spot check some algorithms. After that, what we need to do, we need to compare the algorithms. There are some steps, so we can able to compare the algorithms. So after that, the which accuracy will come more, or if it is a regression means which will be the more negative RMSE value will get. That thing we need to compare with the different algorithms. That will be displayed one by one. I will show in the upcoming codes. Okay, don't worry about that. You just analyze how it is done. So after that you will get some accuracy. See, if you get around after running the code, if you get around 80 to 85% of accuracy, means it is a good model. After that we need to improve the accuracy. For that reason we need to use the algorithm tuning. There is some systematic codes are there for tuning of the algorithms. And after this tuning means some data leakage will be there in that will be avoided by using the algorithm tuning, so you can get the more accuracy from that. Next will be the ensembles are nothing but the this is nothing but an spot check algorithm only. So from this you can do the spot checking of the algorithms again one more time. So if you want more accurate, so these techniques will be applied. After improving the accuracy, you need to go with the finalizing of the model. That means predictions on validation data set. So that the data set what we are prepared with the validation, if it is a classification problem, means we need to give a classification table with respect to all the data sets, and the confusion matrix also, and you need to do the accuracy. These are the things what we need to display after your projects. After that you need to create a standalone model that entering data set, and next you need to save the model for the later use. That means after completing of the project you need to save that in your disk, and you have to read out the whatever the model has been finalized. So okay, this is all about how you can prepare your module. So these are the main steps that you can follow. So if you have any doubts, please do comment in the comment box. Please do subscribe for my video. And later in the upcoming videos, I am dealing with the different types of data set, and I will be solving that problems. So thank you for watching. Thank you very much. Okay.